What's happening, guys and girls? Acrinator here, and welcome to another episode of World of Warcraft Dungeon Overview. Today we'll be continuing our way through the Tempest Keep dungeon hub, specifically running through the Botanica. I'll be going through it with my druid, so with that being said, let's dive straight into it. As you may recall from the last episode, Tempest Keep was once a fortress for the Naaru to travel between dimensions in the blink of an eye. They brought it here to Outland to make one last stand against the Burning Legion, in the hopes of stopping their fiery crusade. Soon after it was abandoned by the beings of light, Kael'thas Sunstrider's forces took up residence within its halls and began using the forgotten technology to attempt to find a way to solve their race's hunger for magic. The Botanica is just one wing of the floating fortress, and the one where the Sindori were investigating the potential of harvesting nature magic to sate their appetite. Unfortunately for them, some of the experiments have gotten out of control and are now rampaging through the halls. The Botanica is a level 67 to 70 dungeon with a level 70 heroic mode located in the eastern portion of Netherstorm. Just like the other instances in this hub, you can't reach the entrance without flying. Out of the four floating structures that make up the Tempest Keep, the bottom left platform with the blue crystals is the Botanica. Just fly up to that platform and the entrance should be right in front of you. Serenus is a Blood Elf mage warrior who is appointed by Kael'thas himself to stave off any sent by the Naaru to reclaim the hijacked fortress. The biggest thing to worry about during this fight is that Serenus will summon reinforcements every minute until she's defeated. I'd suggest killing this one fast to avoid dealing with a literal army of Blood Elves. Freywin is the man in charge of the various experiments that go on within the Botanica. He has performed all kinds of horrendous experiments with the local flora and fauna in order to meet their desperate end goal. Much like the previous encounter, Freywin will periodically summon adds to assist him throughout the fight. He will also transform into a tree after a while, where he becomes immune to damage, casts an AoE heal to his nearby allies, and summons stronger adds until they are cleared out. Just AoE down the adds and it should be easy enough to bring the boss back to a damageable state. Thorngrin is the satyr of the Burning Legion who was invited into the Botanica in order to supply the botanists with the power they required to perform their nefarious deeds. He has supplied Kael'thas' forces with countless sacrifices in order to further their dark research. Thorngrin will occasionally teleport a random player to the top of his platform and leech life from them for a short time. The healer should focus on this player so that you don't lose your party members throughout the fight. The boss will also cast Hellfire, which damages all nearby players. Just move out of the range for this attack and you should be fine. The Naaru had a small collection of some of the rarest and most unique creatures from across Outland within the Botanica. They were originally kept under lock and key as they were too dangerous to be left to roam free. With the Blood Elves meddling, however, most of the more dangerous creatures are now wreaking havoc throughout the Botanica's halls. The first thing to note for Laj is that he'll continuously change what elements he's using to fight with, which is also the kind of magic that he'll be most resistant to at the time. I'd recommend using a different form of magic to fight him with while he's switched to your main style of attack. The other main thing to know is that Laj will occasionally teleport around the room and summon a few adds when he does. Just take out the adds as quickly as possible and continue taking down the boss, and you should be fine. An Ancient of the Arcane found itself trapped within Tempest Keep when Kael'thas occupied the fortress. Frightened and surrounded, the Warp Splinter may unfortunately have to be put down if it cannot differentiate between friend and foe. This fight is relatively simple. The only thing that Warp Splinter does that's noticeable is that he'll periodically summon small adds to help him in the fight. Just AoE the adds down and finish off the boss before he can summon too many adds. Well, I hope you all enjoyed that episode, and if you did, feel free to give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more like it, maybe even subscribe. Links for my social media and whatnot are in the description below. And as for the comment question, do you think that there was a way to save the Warp Splinter, or do you think that the experiments the Blood Elves were doing left him too far gone? Anyways, that's all the time we've got for today, so until next time, don't die.